Hello everyone, my name is Bo Alexander and I'm so glad that you're here. In today's video, I want to show you a few really incredible pieces that I picked up this week off OfferUp and how I've upcycled them to fit the aesthetic of my home. So many of you have been asking for an apartment tour and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to show you just a glimpse of my space and my personal decor style while I add some finishing touches before the big reveal. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe down below. Let me know if you enjoy videos like this in the comments and give me a big thumbs up so that I know to do more videos like this in the future. Also, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at BoTalksNow for more day-to-day posts and inspiration you won't find here on YouTube. Now, quickly before diving right in, I do want to talk just a little bit about the pieces that I've purchased. The first being this ornate gilded mirror. I happened to be scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp earlier in the week just before bed and came across this piece from a seller nearby. Also, a quick side note, if you're unaware, OfferUp and LetGo have merged to become one app. Now back to my story. I am always on the hunt for these extremely ostentatious Baroque styled mirrors because my apartment is decorated in my own loose rendition of a Parisian Art Deco style. The decorative surround of the mirror is actually what makes it appear so large. It's about 60 inches in height and about 25 inches across. It's actually relatively light for its size. I'd say it weighs no more than 20 pounds, which leads me to believe that the actual surround is made out of a pecan shell resin. Typically, reproductions of these Baroque or Rococo styled mirrors are made out of a lightweight resin like this to imitate the look and feel of real wood grain. This way they can be easily manipulated and sanded down if need be. Authentic, hand-carved wooden mirrors in this style can retail for upwards of a couple $1,000s depending on the size, and are typically even more expensive if they're true antiques. This piece in particular did have the original sticker on the back with a retail value of $299, which is expected for a piece of this size. Most sell on websites like Wayfair, Hayneedle, and House for comparable prices, but you will never believe what I paid for this piece. Guys, it was $35. Isn't that insane? I definitely don't have a lot of free wall space left to hang a piece this big in my apartment, but for a price like that, you better believe that I can make some room and make it happen. The second piece, which I'm still not completely sure that I'm gonna alter just yet, is this incredible bust, but I wanted to show you all that the pieces are out there on the secondhand market if you have the patience and are willing to search for them. You know me by now, you know that I've acquired quite the collection of busts around my apartment in varying shapes, colors, and sizes. I've posted quite a few different pictures over on Instagram of all the styles that I've acquired over the years. This version in particular is made in the image of Artemis or Diana. I'll spare you the detailed history lesson and say that I was merely drawn to this piece because she was the first female-styled bust that I've seen in my search. And you won't believe it, but she was actually being sold by the same seller as the mirror, so I figured why not ask about this piece too while I'm at it. She is rather tall and stands at just under 2 feet in height. This bust itself is made out of what I believe to be alabaster and is extremely detailed. I mean, I personally would say it's near museum quality. Pieces that are this large sell online for upwards of about $300. Don't get me wrong though, there are so many more out there in the market in the $50 range, but they are just a little bit smaller in scale at about half her size. So if you had to guess what I paid for this piece, what would you say? Because I am shocked to tell you that I paid only $15, guys. Yes, 15. Is that not the most incredible thing? I'm telling you all, do not sleep on those apps. Alright, now with that being said, let's dive right into the upcycle portion of this video. My first stop of the day was Walmart. I am in dire need of a drop cloth for all of the projects that I do, and if you watch Kiva, she mentioned once that they sold them here for around $10. As my luck would have it, they were fresh out, so I decided to get a heavy-duty tarp instead, as I do so many projects outdoors on my patio and want to have a designated, makeshift area to complete them in. I figured I would get the hooks to mount the mirror on the wall here too. They have varying sizes in these easy install picture hangers, and if you'll notice, each specifies the maximum weight it can hold. It is always a good idea to have spray paint on hand. I thought it would be relatively inexpensive here at Walmart, and it was in comparison to other craft stores. However, the selection was heavily picked over, and they did not have the matte black spray paint by the brand Rust-Oleum that I prefer to work with, so I did have to pick some up later on at Home Depot. I wanted to give you guys a close-up of the mirror as it did have some natural wear and tear to the gilded facade. This could be easily touched up with various shades of gold paint or rub and buff, but my intention is to paint this around to fit my personal color scheme. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that the interior of my home is predominantly a play on black, white, gray, dark brown, cream, and pops of deep green from indoor houseplants for some added color. The first step in preparing this mirror frame for the upcycle is to cover the exposed glass mirror and tape off the surround to prevent overspray. I just recycled old newspaper and ads that I had lying around for this portion of the project and made sure to layer and stagger the pieces of paper so paint did not seep through. Next, you will see that I was careful and took my time to ensure the tape lined up perfectly against the surround to make for a satisfying and crisp paint line once dried and removed. Pro tip, after the paint has dried, you can gently and carefully use the edge of a razor blade or an X-Acto knife to remove any paint or overspray that has seeped through onto the glass surface, before cleaning with your favorite glass cleaner. Here you will see that I laid the tarp down on my patio balcony to prevent damage to the floorboards beneath. If you're an avid DIYer and live in an apartment like myself, I suggest purchasing either a tarp or a drop cloth like this to complete projects on outdoors. Something worth noting, when working with spray paint, I strongly recommend working in a well-ventilated area and wearing some form of mask to prevent inhaling the overspray and fumes. Also, be sure to use quick, second-long spritzes of paint from a 6 to 10 inch distance so as not to oversaturate an area or create drips and bubbling. This mirror frame did have an extremely ornate and intricate pattern, so I had to apply about 3 coats to ensure full coverage. I also let this mirror dry completely for around 6 hours to make sure the smell dissipated before bringing it back inside. Here's a quick little surprise. Midway through filming, another mirror actually became available about an hour away. I had been seeking out this style specifically for its shape and was so excited that I was able to scoop it up for just $50. I'm telling you guys, put alerts on your searches so you're notified when new pieces become available in your area. This mirror definitely had an interesting paint job, but the structure was stunning, and my goal here too was to paint the mirror in a matte black. I was able to disassemble the frame from the mirror and backing this time around, which made painting this piece much easier and quicker. Again, this mirror was extremely ornate and intricate, so it too required 3 coats to be fully covered. I did let this piece dry overnight before reassembling, as spray paint can take additional time to completely adhere to a non-porous surface. I wanted to show you guys how satisfying it is to peel the painter's tape off a mirrored surface. By prepping this piece, I saved myself hours of cleanup and made certain that the paint was applied only where I intended it to be. I did my due diligence to measure and make sure that the picture hanger for each mirror was centered on the wall, secured into a stud in the wall for maximum support, and leveled once hung. Here, you can watch me struggle to secure this beast of a mirror onto my dining room wall. Unlike the other, this piece was around 70 pounds and likely half my body weight, so I definitely advise that you have a friend or loved one you trust to help you with a project like this to ensure your safety and prevent any mishaps. And after, it'll look a little something like this. So that is it for this week, you guys. I hope that this upcycle inspired you to get out there and scour those apps in search of pieces that will elevate your home in your own unique style. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell notification so that you get notified of upcoming posts and videos first. Until next time, bye!